All right, so this is my video on how to replace the leather on the center console of this 2015 Camry. As you can see, it's kind of like it's just peeling away here. It's not going to get any better. So we ordered just the leather, and we're going to show you hopefully how to do it. So here is the vinyl cover. And the instructions say remove the armrest, replace the leather cover, put it back on. I'm going to try to give you a little bit more detail than that. All right, so we are starting in the back here to remove this. Apparently this just pops off. So let's try to see how easy it is. A little bit. And this tool comes with the kit. I think I might need it just to get this thing, the first section to pop off. Yeah, it helped a little bit there. All right. Yeah, so there's just 4 clips. Possibly 5. No, I think it's just 4. These top ones are for something else. You set that aside. So before you watch the rest of the video, do note that I think you should watch this video all the way through before doing anything, because I think you can actually skip this part where you take the entire door off, and there is a way to just take out a few screws and slide it off without having to do any additional thing, but I'm not sure. So watch this video and see if you don't agree, and then try it yourself. And if you do actually do it, leave me a comment. Going back to the video. There's a C-clamp, a little C-washer. I'm gonna try to pry that out on both sides, and we'll come back to you. All right, so there's the little C-clip. Pops right out. It really just slides. It's not really much friction. You don't have to pry it. Just move it. So I'm gonna set that on the thing behind me here, because this is very light, probably very easy to get lost. All right, so these apparently just pry out. It looks like they're probably easy enough to just push out. Comes out a little bit further. Interesting little setup. Okay, let's take them all the way out. I want to put them on the same spot. This thing should just pop right off. It does. Yay! So the rest of this we can do inside. Yeah, I'm just gonna place this right on top to cover up your stuff. No one can see it. Kind of looks like it's supposed to be there. Also, there's these little pieces that fit right in here. They fell out when I was coming in, so just beware of that. Keep those safe. So here's the kind of the sliding mechanism. We're gonna go ahead and just leave that alone. We're gonna take out these little screws right here. So this just peels up. There's just clips under there. I don't know if you can see them underneath each one of these little rubber pieces. So try this. Oh yeah. Whoops. Okay, so that little rubber piece just kind of took off. All right, got the first piece off. I'm gonna push down right there, which allows this to go forward, and comes right off. Ooh, some dog hair. Dog hair everywhere. All right, so one of the things I did here, I still think that this panel comes out. I'm gonna do some research on that, but I took the new thing, put it on there to get it stretched out a little bit. There's a fold line here where it was folded for shipment. I'm sure that will come out. And then this actually, the one underneath here does not have this nice stitch line. So that's kind of nice. My car actually has the red stitching. I suppose they probably made it in the red, but this is kind of a little bit of an update, an upgrade. So this was the hardest part, was getting this piece out. And so I couldn't tell what was holding it in. So all these little grooves here kind of like snap in. It looks like there may have been some sort of adhesive on there. I don't know, but hopefully once we get this out and replaced, this will either just pop back in, or we're gonna put some adhesive on there and go in reverse. So it looks like there's staples all the way around the perimeter, except for this detail area right here. Let's probably use some glue there. Even in the back, there's a couple staples. So we're gonna take those out and see what we have underneath here. And I almost just covered this. However, these tears, wherever you're gonna have a tear, it'll end up showing up on the side, kind of like the telegraphing. It'll kind of show through. So I'm going to use this Gorilla Glue. Apparently you put it on one surface and the other surface gets water. And then I'm gonna stretch it tight. I'm gonna roll it over and tack it with the staple gun. So I'm just using these T150s, 6 millimeters. It's a 1/4-inch staple. It's really small staple, but it's still a little bit too long compared to the ones that were pulled out. They're like 1/8 of an inch. But so these kind of hold, and they kind of smash up a little bit, you'll see. So let's go ahead and do that. Gonna do a little test piece here. Some of this glue on the plastic side. Yeah. Okay, let's smear it around a little bit. I'm gonna add some water to the leather side. Fold it over, see if that actually sticks. And it does. So, the staple is gonna be the thing that holds it in place while it dries. Okay. All right, so I just finished this up. I'm putting some Armor All on here. So this glue is probably a little bit tough to work with, because if you touch it to the surface here, you can't just wipe it off, because as soon as you put water on there, it cures the glue. So anyways, here's what it looks like underneath. It's still drying a little bit. Staples are not perfect, but they grab, and so that glue will dry in like half an hour, and then we'll put the rest of it together. So while that's drying, I think I'm going to go ahead and push this thing in, see if it just goes or if I have to glue it. I can kind of hear it snapping into place a little bit. Yeah. Nope. All right, so I used glue, and it's the next day. So now I've just got to do everything in reverse. Also, I'm hoping that when the sunlight hits this, it'll shrink up a little bit. Get rid of some of these little things. All right. Oh yeah, and so if you remember, I lost this little rubber piece. It fell behind the freezer here. I'm gonna get that thing. And so this thing, before I go that far, it just fits in here, these slots, and then there's the clips that just kind of clip right into these on both sides. Found it. It goes right there. And we don't want to forget these things. I hope they weren't specific to a certain side. I guess we'll find out. So anyways, as I move along, I realize I forgot these screws. Luckily, still get to them. So this thing goes in essentially with this long piece in the back. So there's a slot where you can put it in like this, which means this piece that goes in there, you want to line up like that so that you can push it in and then come right back to you. So we got them in there. This thing's kind of like locked in place here. We're going to push that in. So this is either going to work or it's not going to work. Open up the channel locks a little bit. We're going to have to use a little bit of force to get that in there, because it's like spring loaded. There it is. And then tap it the rest of the way so that you can put your little C-clamp on this side. Right there. And that's this little guy, this little C-clamp that we started with. It just slides on there. A little bit of convincing. Use a screwdriver. Alright, so it's in place. This next one goes in like that. I got my channel locks. I'm calling it the convincer tool. Okay. Convince it to go in, and it's going. Gotta make sure you push it in enough so you can see the groove right there. And it doesn't seem to be staying open, so we're gonna Just gonna push it. Set that in place. Screwdriver. There it is. Pops right in place. There we go. Little thing goes back in there. Still dusty. Ta-da! And so that's there. So I do gotta tell you, so I think unless you're replacing this entire piece right here, you do not have to take all this apart. So I think if you just open this thing up without taking it off, take off those screws, take off this panel, there's the release mechanism, and you can take this entire piece off without having to disassemble all that. I don't know if that's true, but I think, and like watching my video, it probably could have got away with not having to do that whole back part. But either way, now you know how to do it. Anyways, be sure to like and subscribe if you like these videos. There's more coming. Also, I have other channels within this channel. Got some bathroom remodels, kitchen remodel, and there's some good food recipes on there too. Anyways, bye for now.